Welcome everyone, this is Evelyn. I have some catching up to do with you guys. I have 3 videos for you for the twin flames. I'm going to get right into it because I want to get through these 3 for you. This is the first read, okay, and they're basically, we're aimed toward the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th, but it really doesn't matter. Whenever this comes to you is when it's meant for you. This is the main read for the first read. This is the full read in case you want to take a snapshot and follow along this way. The second read, this is the main read for the second read, and the full read for the second read. And then this last read that's in front of you. Okay, that's the full read. Excuse me, the basic read, and then the full read in front of you is this here. Okay. Oh, I want to show you too. See what I had on here. I don't. Oh, I do. We had a lot of snow the past few days. It's pretty much going now. I mean, it's still built up on the sides, but the streets are all clear and stuff. But yeah, it looked like so surreal. This is me walking down the street the other day, just going to my neighbors. How surreal it is. And yeah, just look at the snow on the trees was so beautiful. So just sharing a little with the winter time and the beautiful snow. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Okay, so the first read that I showed you, before I started that read, the veil had come up. And the veil was coming up as the aisle, which it's come up for me before, as the island. So the aisle and the aisle can be like the aisle that you walk down or the aisle of the island. So they can be the same thing. The veil as the feminine and the aisle as the masculine, and the bridge between them. The 3D lap dance of the Christ consciousness, the high C, which is also the harmonic convergence, has come up this week. The veil is not solid, right? A veil is sheer material. It's the space, the see-through, the curtain. And you know I always refer to the curtain as the S-span, because pand, one of the definitions of pand is a curtain. And then the contract, which is the C of the, that's the Sophia pand, and then the C of the Christ on tract, the tract that holds the curtain. So we have the veil and the aisle now associated with that. The veil and the aisle, which can be the tract that holds the veil, right? The aisle that holds the feminine walking down the aisle. The island that holds the feminine emotions, the water that surrounds the island, and the bridge between them. The space or the see-through curtain, the tract leaving a trail down the aisle or the island or the grid, the bride and groom, the material and the loom, the veil and the curtain as span, Sophia, divine feminine, or in other words, out of control, where control is released, right? Because the feminine is the the feminine energy is considered as the brake, and the masculine as the accelerator on this in this realm anyway, the 3D planet, which is not so much 3D anymore. So the contraction of the feminine released, and then the grid or the tract of the contract right, of the Christ divine masculine who is controlled, his expansion, right, too much expansion is controlled. The 3D divine masculine explodes and the divine feminine implodes. However, the 5D divine feminine explodes and the divine masculine implodes. And the space between them is the 0 point. And this was the message that I was receiving. The first read here at 7:42 p.m. This was the night of the second going into the third. The 7 is the Chariot, the 42 is the 2 of Cups. That's when the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt. For those of you not familiar, this is a 7-deck read. We have the Mini Rider Waite, the Romance Angels, Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Numerology deck, the Gilded Tarot, and the Universal Golden Tarot as well. And we do numerology cards, we do Oracle cards at the end. At 7:52, which then is the 7, this is the way 52 would be written, 52/7. And 52 is the Queen of Swords. And Hemi came up there, Hemy, he and my. I finished clarifying at 8:08, Lion's Gate, and we had the Chariot, Starseed, Alchemy. Alchemy is like the Temperance card, and Starseed is the Fool. Before the read, we had the Wheel, because I always pull a few cards on either end of the read. And then after the read, we had Abundance, which is the Empress, and Reason, which is the Emperor. So we had the Emperor and the Empress right next to each other. We had 2 swords, 2 wands, 2 cups, and 2 pentacles, so perfectly distributed. And then we had the King of Pentacles come up in the read. He was the only court card. And then before the read was the Knight of Pentacles, and after the read was the King of Cups. So a lot of masculine energy right there. We had, as far as the numbers, 333s and 99s, which is compassion, universal selflessness, endings, and just a lot of compassion. The 333s, of course, the Trinity, the 369 of the 3D, 4D, 5D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course, the triangle, anything that's in threes, the Christ consciousness, the Trinity energy. We also had 2, 3, 4, 5. The sequence of those numbers referencing the 2D, 3D, 4D, and 5D. And let's see. So we had four twos, so very much accentuating the one-on-one relationship of the divine feminine, the mediator, the 333 of the Christ energy, the 99 of the compassion energy, the 2, 3, 4, 5 to have compassion not only for third density, but the second density as well, which includes very low vibration people or animals, plants, trees and flowers. We have the 39 of the Knight of Cups, the 59 of the 5 of Swords, and in a lesser sense, the 12 of the Hangman, the 56 of the 2 of Swords, the 89 of the Phi energy for me, the expansion and the contraction, not the human body temperature, it's the reflection of that. And then 6, 7, 8 also came up, lay them straight. And the code line was all about patience today for this read. And the numbers that came up on the code line was 16 from 4, 9, and 3. And 3 and 4 are the Empress and the Emperor, and then we have the 9 of the Hermit in between. And then also can be compassion. The code line about patience, a couple different interpretations came up here. Set, artificial intelligence, the Christ egg, and Set can be that, Seth energy as well. Artificial intelligence in the Christ egg. Factor 4 also came up here, which can reference clotting factor, but it also can reference the factor of the Emperor, the 1V. The 4th wish, so a lot of 4 coming up here. The 4th wish of the Saint of Hearts. The heartbeat and the woe and the patience that's needed around this. The mushroom, silk, arrow, the white bristle in factor 4. I was just getting the like area 4, like area 51, area 4. Again, 4 can be the fourth quarter of the game or the race. The 4 is the emperor. The fourth wish, the state or separation or state of separation. And the silk spinner came up again, so Gandhi's coming up. The weaver, the merchant without the hole, crevice or state of being, the feeling of stitching, of heart to go home. Like so, I was just getting the Nightmare Before Christmas. When Sally stitches up her own, is it Sally? She stitches up her own body back together, stitching up her heart to go home. So, and also want to mention that Saint Lawrence was coming up here, and it's the name Lawrence has come up several times. Different saints that were coming up here regarding this message here was Saint Lawrence, the saint of broken hearts. Jesus was coming up. Saint Dwynwen was a Welsh saint who was rejected, remained unmarried, and dedicated self to God, who healed her own heart. So again, that's the message of healing your own heart. Oh, that's so funny that Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas came up. Love that. Okay. So Raphael was also coming up. And for back pain, Saint Gemma Galgani or Saint Lawrence was coming up. So Saint Laurent and Saint Lawrence both came up, which also came up the day before regarding the SS9 that came up in the UK by the sea. So the area was Saint Lawrence. So Saint Lawrence was very important here. And also Saint Jude came up here. The different sites that I was getting this for Raphael, it was learnreligions.com, also catholiccompany.com, and Good Shepherd Montrose.org came up. And also from blog.littleflower.org was Words of Saint Teresa. And then Patience, Mother Mary, and Saint Monica, of course. So set and effective. So kind of think of it like an actor's set, right? So take one scene. The set and effective with each symbol, lowercase IV, which is the 4, but it's also, for me, the lowercase I is the chakra system, and V is creation. The set is ineffective without each symbol, IV. And IV, of course, is like an IV, that flow, that constant flow. The fourth gets their wish, or the emperor to the nth degree, of saint of heart, or path of separation and patience. C, Tane, which also means woman or female. That is thin, shallow, runny or flimsy, earthy, soily, of the land, which can be grounded, right? Very earthy kind of person, hiding out, extending. The earthworm also comes up, the membrane covering the body part of the young bull, to taste. Perhaps a tree shrew, something that might want to hang out by themselves, but also very earthy, right? I'm getting the picture of someone who lives in the woods, right? Unbathed. A lot of different words came up around this, but to see the woman eager without urgency, so that eagerness energy without the urgency of the IV, the constant flow, or the need for an IV, or the emperor to the nth degree and satisfaction, or fourth wish granted by Saint Lawrence, and patience. So I was just getting Saint Germain as well. I don't know why I'm associating Lawrence with Saint Germain, but if any of you has a reason for that, let me know. So, and Lawrence happens to be one of my brother's middle names. And it comes up again. I also want to note on the 2nd, my first aunt appeared. And for those of you who've been following me for a long time, you know I always have aunts, but I never get more than 3 or 4 ants at a time. They keep all the other ants out of the house, and they just hang out on my counter and hang out with me when I'm doing dishes, or my little friends. So I haven't had ants in a while. And then the first ant appeared on the 2nd here. to say hello. And my son also had reported to me that the groundhog had seen their shadow, that we had another 6 weeks of winter. And then again, the wheel and Gandhi were coming up here, and I'd watched Eat, Pray, Love that night. So there's another reference to that Gandhi type energy, right, on the trek where she goes to pray. So I started this read with the Five of Swords reversed at 9:13, which is the Hermit and Death. Below that was the Seven of Cups upright, the Wheel reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Nine of Pentacles upright, and the Eight of Pentacles upright. Post-war, after synchronicities, choices to make in the slowdown, stuck, stubborn, without a job, or disabled, the Sovereign working to align post-war, and apologies needed. At 11:11, announcement, judgment, decision, wake-up calls, to happiness and kids and sunshine and vacation and full exposure, a call to prayer. And then Bali came up, and Bali was one of the places that Julia Roberts went to in Eat, Pray, Love. So Bali is coming up here again. I think, what was I was watching something else last night. I'm forgetting what I was watching, but I think Bali came up again there. I wasn't realizing. So third party in need of help, with happy ending, or with child who needs help, with school or job and emotional fulfillment, a rainbow on a sunny day, or after reunion with a friend or child, unable to get project off the ground, but happy anyway. The beautiful snow, and then the sun came. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, done shoveling, as Sovereign continues to align. Eat, Pray, Love in the sun. The Queen of Cups upright in a twist of fate, post-war within. Again, in that movie, she was getting out of leaving her marriage. So the post-war within, holding on to self while boldly ascending on your journey of life. Floating coins and heads will roll, getting the show on the road before the dogs come home. On gossamer wings of merged polarities, a tight ship holding down the fort. I was also just getting hoisting up the fort, holding down the fort on cleanup detail, on the road again, away from the city. As the inner ends, outer war begins. The heated exchange, arguing, met with delays, not telling your true feelings. The Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community bridge to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the divorcee, the Taurus reversed, or spiritual person. Bringing dogs to visit, or family reunion, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which I just whistled, and the Hierophant reversed, uncomfortable together, the elephant in the room. Oh, that's so funny because the elephant walked up to her in the movie as well. I didn't even realize that. So the elephant in the room, too big for their own britches. Ate too much, prayed too little, and too much of the good life and not enough love. Worth waiting for came up, and beneath that, codependency. Hairline fracture, off the fence, no more sweet tweets, or hired in hand. That's actually bird in hand, but there's a reason why hired came up as well. Hairline fracture, off the fence, no more sweet tweets, or bird in hand. Reaping rewards of karmic ties, wanting to walk away while playing games, doing the avoid dance. The show is over, the curtain's about to fall for good, putting it out there after stepping on heart, hiding dessert without a thought of the heart placed upon the altar at 11:52, which is Justice and the Queen of Swords. Remember, she's the war widow. Now burnt. No Roman candles, only Russian roulette. Test out the merchandise before purchase and let the innocents witness. No home run, the fat lady sung. Down on the farm, milking her, not the goats, at 11:57, Justice and the Three of Swords. Physical activity comes up, which is 67, the Knight of Pentacles, and beneath that, forgiveness, 96, which is the reflection of 69, that Ace of Pentacles, that new life of perfect contentment. At 11:58 then, which is the Four of Swords, we have patient fire swallower with the luck of Jupiter and halo. Frustrated child done fighting for what they want, their dreams. And a big connection to the King of Wands reversed, getting over loss, regret, and guilt, and the past. Or the King of Wands, fiery person, who can be just exhausted, sick and tired, or sick, or pissed, left for a woman no less. Jupiter not on his side today, as two elephants trumpeting and holding water, reflecting valves that are over pumping and about to burst. Saggy, King of Wands reversed, and the Page of Wands reversed, or Saggy, so like Sagittarius. They could both have Sagittarius in their chart. The father and child may be done fighting, too much alike, over synchronicities of a special connection. Done praying over it, over the war, moving on to divorce and putting it out there for the physical activity. Or done grieving with the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Sovereign upright, which can be kids or their dreams, and the time to roll past the Queen of Pentacles reversed, Taurus reversed, and wealthy family, business, or community who can't express their feelings. Worth waiting for to put it out there for physical activities, and the Knight of Pentacles. The King of Swords with the Ten of Cups upright family may be happy or emotionally fulfilled, or at the end of a cycle, or emotionally fulfilled with a negative past, or a falling out, or difficult kids. Coming ahead, reaping rewards. The constant gardener with the Hermit coming out, but keeping to themselves, the depression, or still needs to heal and dream at 2:11 a.m. 12:11 a.m. 12 is the Hangman, 11 is justice, truth and balance. The Knight of Pentacles stuck with social distancing, bad influences, partiers, or third-party connection. The Sovereign suffering in silence, or up nights in bliss. Home without options, moving to peace in that. And the Hermit taking a break from the light to float out to sea, with the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Wands reversed, irritated at work, with the Page of Wands reversed, and at night the Page of Pentacles reversed, which can be two kids. The prisoners released from injustice, with the Six of Cups upright, guilty of the crime, or now paid their time, or judges pissed but innocents released on their own recognizance, at 12:21. The recent past is the Three of Pentacles upright, the workplace with the Empress reversed, the lack of abundance, and home, the Queen of Cups upright, with dreams of a higher love and connection from the past, dissatisfaction, defenseless, or without an excuse, announcement causing conflict, with the Page of Swords reversed, bad news, or no message at all, lying, spying, negative self-talk, or cheap trick. The foundation is the Chariot, in a bold move to separate, needing courage, or going to the doctors for a weak heart at night or past the full moon, stress, not sleeping and rising above, or awakening for a call. At 12:27, the Hangman and the Ace of Wands, major Cancer here, illness or Leo reversed, or perhaps a pet that's sick. And the central energy is the Three of Wands reversed, looking back, going back, or living in the past. Defenseless to energies or attacks. A negative message, bad news, or a mouthy kid, spying, lying, or immature words, injured and out in the cold, or checked out. No choice but to confess to the Page of Cups upright, offering love. The Seal Divine Feminine coming full circle, the cycle just done. Worlds just begun. The challenge being the Nine of Cups reversed, never satisfied, even with the truth presented by the Ten of Cups upright, the Sound of Music family, in a twist of fate, guilt and shame, a big offer of love from marathon runner to the King of Pentacles reversed, working to align without financial loss, or with financial loss, The injustice of a breakup or no affection, with Pisces upright, Libra reversed, Gemini reversed here. The King of Swords upright could be a Libra here, and the King of Pentacles reversed with King of Swords Gemini, or the King of Swords with third party, and the King of Pentacles reversed is no savior, and the King of Swords, the second one, may be the militant man or guard at the door, as the patients come and go, or those left behind, injured, exiled, destitute, sick, or looking back, withholding, or playing hardball with or from the Queen of Wands reversed, exploding, having epiphany, or kicking everyone out. And the Knight of Cups upright walking away from the High Priestess reversed, secret passion, or the one who doesn't use their intuition, or Pisces reversed. Or the Knight of Cups offering love, and secret passion, or Pisces walks away, or says, keep walking. Now, the Two of Wands reversed, running out of options to start over with the Queen of Wands reversed. Again, the whistle. So the Queen of Wands reversed perhaps wants some attention, sexual attention. No choice but to reap rewards of rejection or spoiled entitled child getting over it. No options, near death, after death, dead tired and released, or taking forever for release. The Hierophant reversed, narcissist manipulator may be weak, or Taurus reversed, Gemini reversed, or Virgo reversed, and Aries reversed and Leo reversed, confess only after getting caught. Arrogant, no surprise, and no physical reunion. Surrender to depression, or Aquarius reversed, up nights, crying, purging, headaches, stress. With the King of Cups reversed, post-virus or war, with good news coming in, to the Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed. The Page of Wands reversed and the Knight reversed. The Temptation or Capricorn waving to complete the cycle, or with Pisces or Divine Feminine going around the block or around the world, walking away into that good night from crazy Queen of Swords reversed, or a parent with dementia and Nurse Ratchet, without the tools and or manipulating the King of Swords upright, man of integrity, or both with Virgo or Gemini in their chart, the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Swords upright. Soon the Starseed is upright, the big bomb drops, seed to crown, down in jungle land. Libra reversed, sad and sovereign, keeping to themselves. The space between and the Fool free to leap at 12:53, which is the Hangman and the Knight of Swords, with a secret out, presenting the truth to triumph over pain now that the worst is over and the bliss is in at 12:55, the Hangman and the truth. The Ace of Swords, Excalibur. After death, near death, or Scorpio, King of Cups reversed. Aries upright, Pisces reversed, and Scorpio reversed here. Twin flames are seeing themselves as the King of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Cups upright offering love to Cancer out of control, or to car, or driving, the Emperor reversed. Traveling and stuck together, stubborn and more stubborn, the Magnet and Mini Magnet, or bowling together. Or kids trying to make up or make things better, but the Cancer upright and Aries reversed are not having it. The King of Wands reversed, pushing their agenda or trying to get backers, fighting with the Emperor reversed, or on a quest to pursue happiness. Pay attention to the red flags, trust, stay optimistic about your love life, and it is safe to love. Around the twins are how they're seen as the Four of Cups reversed, no longer an island in the storm, holding on to unhappiness. The Six of Cups are upright, right? The happiness of the children inside or outside, loving each other, with sudden epiphanies or an idea or suddenly cleaning up, or turns, or the twins are suddenly starting over again. The block here is the storm brewing, seeing the ship hover over the water, lighting the way as lightning strikes, with patience, but even more so, spiritual partner, nature, and love partnership. So again, I was just getting the image of being out in the woods. So somebody might be camping here. Surrender to peace or calmer waters. The alchemy or third party offering love and told to take a hike, or offering secret passion to take a hike or walk together. Drop the facade and holding their tongue, or your tongue, patient angel of a higher love, holding back new life, time, money, effort, so the Capricorn devil, sealed divine feminine, or Pisces can take a stroll, coming out to the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Swords upright, Virgo reversed and Gemini reversed, withholding from the Empress and the Emperor both reversed, and the King of Cups reversed. Good news, journey, or leading the way to hand out and share, settle out and reap rewards, or Saggy withholding from Taurus and Aries and the King of Cups reversed, all reversed, where they're going to hang, share, and daydream. Post-war, post-virus, moving and traveling, the King of Pentacles reversed, starting over, coming together at work, with a past challenged by dissatisfaction, yet a fresh start in separation, or stormy path to alchemical union, patience and balance preparing for new life, or just playing ball, the Empress and the Emperor both reversed, with conditions of the journey, to hang out and discuss a plan, post-war at work and just over it, move or travel and ascending, looking back at the road less traveled, challenged by unhappiness and not getting your own way, as the King of Pentacles reversed with fresh start, download, or hail, starting over. Yeah, that's the hail. Okay, so the fresh start, download, or hail, which can literally be hail like a snowstorm, but a hailstorm, starting over, or coming off the island of heartbreak and separation to alchemize and save, and no more money given over to the Empress reversed, the Emperor reversed, and the King of Cups reversed, saying you can go your own way, right? So it's like someone who I guess used to have to like cow down to someone else, could be their parents, their in-laws. It seems like a couple that's older at 116, which is the Magician and the Tower, suddenly telling them, nope, you're doing it on your own from now on. Okay, so that's the first read. The second read here, I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 10:01 a.m. on the 3rd for the 4th, or the 3rd to the 4th energy. And there was a lot of stress this day. At 10:10, Hurry of Flames came up, F Flames, which is the expansion of drama, and the S of the Sophia. So again, I was definitely feeling the stress of that. The H Re can reference the native Indian energy of the Re and the shaman doing the 3D lap dance, right? The coming together of the chair dance. Someone could be doing the chair dance. It could be a Jewish wedding or something like that as well. But the expansion and contraction of drama and flames, and the Sophia, and the S, and what that means. I finished clarifying this second read at 10:26, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the 26 of the Page of Wands, with the major arcana of alchemy, which is the Temperance card, and the Tower. Before the read was the Guidance, the Great Wheel, Reason, and Reflection. Reason's the Emperor, Reflection's the Hermit. The card just went speeding by really fast, going north. After the read, Star and Karma came up. And then we had 2 swords, 3 pentacles, 3 cups, and 1 wand in this read. So balanced, but more to the side of pentacles and cups. So hearts and emotions, money, and things of practical day-to-day living. We have the Queen of Cups in the read, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups in the read. And before the read, the Queen of Swords came up. So King and Queen of Cups, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. And then we had double sevens here, which is the sovereign energy, the 9 of Pentacles, and also the sequence 6, 7, 8, 9, just in time. And then 34 of the 8 of Wands, the arrows of love, that energetic exchange. In a lesser sense, we had 23 of the King of Wands, 45 of the 5 of Cups, and 56 of the 2 of Swords. And the code line about new beginnings. Now here the W is being accentuated, which a W can be, depending on how it's written, it can be 2 V's or 2 U's. So keep that in mind as I go forward. And I wanted to, before I forget too, as I was getting my decaf and my juice this morning, I opened the fridge. And when I closed the fridge today, something fell off the door, right? Because I have some pictures up there with magnets. And usually nothing drops off my fridge door. That's a rare occasion where something falls off. So I knew this was a message for me. And what fell off was an invitation I hadn't responded to yet for a party. And the due date was today for the RSVP. So I just want to show you there's nothing that's a coincidence. You know, pay attention to those little things that happen to you because they're giving you a message. Just a reminder there. So the code line about new beginnings. And let's see, the numbers in this code line were 9, 4, and that was it. So 9 and 4 are 13 would be the line number about new beginnings. And of course, 13 is the transformation. It's the ending going into the new beginning, right? Because you can't have a new beginning without something closing out. As the phone's ringing. So the energy around this code line and new beginnings. A borealis forest came up first in the word Taiga, which is a Russian subarctic zone of evergreen coniferous forests of tundras or steppes north in the northern hemisphere, or the boreal forest. If you can imagine, that's beautiful, you know, with the lights of borealis in the amongst the evergreens. And again, I was getting hiking in the woods. Someone might be hiking in the winter woods, or perhaps doing a trek, like long, you know, I'm blanking out, what's the name when you're not skiing but you're going in the snow. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. Okay. So also the letter E was coming up as significant, E in the middle of things. And I was also getting the toggle left kept coming up. It came up 3 times actually within the code line here. Toggle left, which is the divine feminine, and I wasn't getting toggle up, I was getting toggle left into the feminine energy. And we've been getting for the feminine to lead the way in the past several weeks, actually. A lot of feminine energy needed to lead the way. With the word TAEL came up, which is the Chinese unit of measure, around 40 grams, money equal the equivalent in silver. So E was coming up as in the middle of things. It was interesting because the words were forming, but it would be a certain word except the fact that there was an E in there getting in the way. Otherwise, it would form a word that I'm familiar with. And that came up a couple times here. So we have here in the code line, regarding new beginnings, toggle up and left, straight and on an angle, to bridge the 9th left, right, to the nth. The 9th is coming up as to the nth degree. The hermit, the collective consciousness, the wise one, to the nth degree. The left, the vital essence of life. The crystal balance for the King of Cups, which is also unconditional love. Or the Emperor and King of Cups energy to become the warrior of new beginnings. The subarctic zone of evergreen boreal forest with pine and cypress, which is the coniferous. The financial of the Russian to Chinese connection and silver coming up here. So there's some kind of financial connection. Because I know that Russia was, I can't remember where I heard that from months ago, but that Russia was going to stay out of the issue with the Chinese and the situation with the world right now. But here I was getting a silver connection between Russia and China. Guarantee, forged object, wrought iron, the one, T, or objectionable person, and then shit. It was literally coming up there. The chakra system of the lowercase I, God. The 9, the hermit, the collective consciousness, the N, the compassion to the nth degree, toggling left, the divine feminine. The sap, or the vital life essence of crystals and balance. For the King of Cups, or the Emperor's unconditional love energy and new beginnings here. Toggle up the egg, water, a stroke, a pinch, or to pet God or energy, the collective vital life essence, the sap. Sharing and giving, number 4, the Emperor, the King of Cups, the master of emotions and heart, with energy, sight, surrender, to become the new beginning. Grandfather, father, fence, grandfather or father, to go the distance. Estonian, he or she came up. And remember, Estonian I just reported in Estonia and Tallinn that I felt like there was a port right there regarding the trafficking going on. So here comes up an Estonian definition of he or she again. Grandfather, father, to go the distance. Estonian, he or she, bridging the 9th essence for mastering emotions to produce, to see the new beginnings. So again, toggling left was really important here. Also, half and half was coming up, black and white. And then I was noticing when I went to the bathroom, the toilet paper had run out, but I hadn't changed the roll. I just put a second roll on top of the first roll, and it was showing me the half and half, because you know how there's always a little bit of residual of toilet paper that stays on the roll? It was showing me half was the toilet paper color, half was the cardboard color times 2, right? One was horizontal and one was vertical. So the vertical and horizontal pillars. Half paper, half roll, half black and white. Ten, 41, and 3. 10 is the wheel, 41 is the Ace of Cups, and 3 is the Empress. And also I had said shit, and it literally came up in the code line as a definition, which has to do with, you know, getting out the bad stuff, right? Your body physically transmutes food, and the residual is poop and pee, right? So it's the same thing with clearing out your etheric body. You know, what we're doing here is, again, clearing out that negative energy that doesn't serve us. Same thing. So NE and then W was coming up regarding new beginnings, but the NE and the W were separate. And again, the W was coming up as significant anyway. And here we have two V's or two U's together as the W, right? Northeast and then west. Nor'easter, east of the Mississippi, and new coming up. We also had Welsh. Oh, that's the definition. One second here. So northeast and then west, nor'easter, or east of the Mississippi, as northeast snow, house to eat by the water, don't stop, creating hand in hand. The W is two V's or two U's. And then W is also the call sign of American broadcast TV and radio east of the Mississippi River. Okay? West, witness, work, worker, white and wide. Egyptian knot. And the M, remember that the M is the reflection of the W, right? Vertically. It was interesting because the W came up as the lowercase m in Egyptian, as opposed to the lowercase w. Home, administrative district, area district, I, me. The lowercase w being the romanization of the Y, the capital Y, the Gothic letter, W-I-N-G-J-A. Greek, ancient Greek, upsilon. The lowercase w, a contraction of OU, and abbreviation of GUE, G-U-E. The lowercase w, internet slang, often repeated. So instead of saying LOL a million times, you say www to an infinity, right? In, at, on, into, and gum in the eye. Again, that could be, you know, think of that as gooey or ooey, or that's coming up as the lowercase w, but also referencing the Y in the road and the capital U. So the lowercase w, which is two V's in the way I wrote it here, equals the Y in the road and the U of the Holy Grail. The Christ-Eve co-create, two feminine energies with one masculine between. Remember, I've brought this up a lot, not recently, but over the time I've done these readings, it always comes up that you need two parts feminine to one masculine. As we go up to the, especially I guess we're being shown this, going up to the fifth dimension or density. Easter rising with third energy and the W, and notice the W also has two V's, which is the feminine energy, and then in between the two V's is the pyramid of the masculine, one masculine, two feminines, which equals the Y, which is the Y in the road, which is also the 0 point energy, right? The symbol of the Mercedes in the circle, right? The three sides, and then the point in the middle, right? The point of no return. And that also equals the U of the Holy Grail, the capital U. And again, Estonia, Tallinn, the Congo, and Basin were all coming up again here because I was getting a connection from the human trafficking in Estonia at Tallinn connected to the Congo Basin and the river. And an article had come up in that read that Estonia had just made a connection with the Congo in the past 2 years. So the capital Y and the capital U co-create, double U, 2 U's. And then if you reflect the M and the W together, one on top of each other, it becomes 2 diamonds, equals the warrior, and Mary on top, right? Mary Magdalene, wounded warrior. 2 diamonds, the chain link DNA, the accordion fence, the gridlock, which side of the fence you're on. Northeaster, Mississippi, largest, second longest, and second largest draining system, second to the Hudson Bay. Lake Hoskar in North Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico. It drains 32 United States and 2 Canadian provinces between the Rocky and Appalachian Mountains, passes through them, or borders, of Tennessee, Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Memphis, which is right on the Mississippi, and then tributaries, which also end in North Carolina, Virginia, Western PA, Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado as well. It cuts the country in half, half and half, toggle left, northeast, and west. So that, that sounds confusing, right? Northeast is different from west. It's opposed to west, right? But it was saying go northeast or west to avoid nor'easter. Okay, and this was coming up at 441. The number just 441 was coming up at that time. So we start this read here. And there's a reference here, don't forget, to Easter as well, which is coming up 4-4. And number 4 was coming up a lot with the Emperor. And actually, I just said 441. And at the top of this page, I wrote 444 because I was trying to transfer my pics and videos to my computer, which was taking forever. So the 4 is very significant here. And the 4-4, which is Easter. So this read starts with alchemy reversed. Beneath that was guidance reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed, the wheel upright, reason upright, and reflection reversed. Impatience, loss of balance, no alchemy after divorce, break from religion, establishment, societal norms, and the Queen of Swords reversed, destined to be logical and not reflect and lose temper. Or Taurus reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, and Libra upright, Emperor upright, and Hermit reversed, or Aries upright, or Virgo reversed, and Sagittarius reversed here. No guidance for the Queen of Swords reversed or from the Queen of Swords reversed, destined for the Emperor to go crazy or come out no longer patient at 1216, which is the Hangman and the Tower. Liar, cheater, thief, runner from the Divine Feminine in the 5D world, or impatient to get the dirt on them, or Pisces reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, over isolating or going crazy. Dementia or coming out with guilt, guilt-ridden, Sagittarius reversed, fallen angel, Pisces reversed, Virgo reversed, Sagittarius reversed, also Taurus reversed, and Libra upright and Aries upright, or hit and run, didn't see it coming, the Divine Feminine or Pisces, Virgo, Queen of Cups reversed, and one who did it, Sagittarius reversed, or fallen angel. The world reversed, cycle almost done, needing closure and disconnect or at a distance, not sharing, inequity, debt, or scam, standing up for self at 1225, which is the Hangman and the Knight of Wands, or defending their position or your position, to let go or repair, fix, and mend with the Six of Cups soulmate, twin, or kids, or nostalgic memories at 1227, which is the Ace of Wands. That passionate new beginning. The twin balancing act of love, the seesaw, or sharing one ball to stand on, a very delicate balance when others are trying to knock you off. Snake in the grass watching or spying as they make it all better. Letting go Scroogery ways, and the need to be on top or in control. The one who holds on tightly to the goods or the cards too close to their chest, drawing in one who's challenged to get the goods, and or vice versa. Wanting to have the upper hand, the control issues at 1232, the Hangman and the Journeyman, the Six of Wands, leading the way. The Divine Feminine in upside down 5D world, and the Divine Masculine losing their patience, or no longer patient, fallen angel, loses their wings, ability to fly, as the Hierophant reversed in a divorce or break from the establishment, religion, or norms, or a tainted leader, or the Divine Masculine with Taurus in their chart, or thinking outside the box, more spiritually perhaps, or esoteric, feeling a failure or doing things under the radar, or needy for attention as the sun shines bright, all exposed as the Empress sits in the sun, or Mother depletes the sun's vital energy, their life force, or Leo child with their day in the sun, tainted leaders fall as the innocent, authentic child rises along with the mother or Taurus upright. Pay attention to the red flags, and beneath that was give your relationship a chance. A Sagittarius girl with an attitude reversed, an imbalanced child star or Aquarian who lies, or in split or divide, needing clarity or hold truth, with the King of Wands reversed and his illicit affections. Or Sagittarius reversed, female drinker, in an inequitable relationship, dreaming of a split from the King of Wands reversed, abusive and lies, S&M perhaps, or porn issues, or female porn star and their pimp. Or chest scar from surgery and or burn, or female abuses with rock, paper, scissors, or swords, pincushions, and incisors and rope. Both here could have Sagittarius in chart, perhaps sexual abuse or were sexually abused as a child at 1246, which is the Hangman and the Six of Cups. Change comes up here with number 5. Beneath that was 11 of justice, individuality, truth and balance. The Queen of Cups with clarity and hiding, suffering and silence, with wise old or owl bird at the window, and then sovereign and happy, the sovereign there and happy piddling around the house, in slowdown, holding cards close to chest, reaping rewards of DNA upgrades, and the sheep or flock in the fields. Someone picked off the tree too early, and another now guarding the tree so the sheep won't take it. The engine is down, had to pay out, or two arguing about who's going to pay for it. At 1252, the Hangman and the Queen of Swords again. Fleur-de-lis, royal wine, or fabric or curtain displayed at 1253, the Hangman and the Knight of Swords, hanging out, perhaps with messages or announcements. Royal wine or curtain or fabric displayed, or assembly line is down and needs to be fixed, not in their favor, as the masculine with the Four of Pentacles, feminine here, with the Seven of Pentacles, or Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine in the sweet spot, with Libra reversed or downturn between them, or supply chain ran out. Reaping rewards, impatient daydreaming, and being nostalgic. The Emperor going crazy or losing their memory, or coming out impatient with temper, or losing their patience in coming together with the Empress, or the Emperor and the Empress with the Six of Cups, loving inner or outer children between them, and the King of Wands reversed change or freedom here. Judgment, announcement, wake-up call of the Queen of Pentacles upright, or to her, after detoxing, or Capricorn reversed and Aquarius upright, Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles Aquarius and the Queen of Cups is upright with Capricorn and or Libra in their chart. So two queens were coming up there, Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So then that was very much the underlying energy. And then going forward after the read is the Ace of Cups upright, the Lovers reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, and the Three of Wands upright. An X or Gemini reversed offers love, perhaps to the Queen of Swords reversed with Gemini or Libra in their chart. As the X or Gemini reversed is offered no sex, growth, or creativity at present, with Cancer reversed deception, or up before dawn feeling sad or guilty. The fallen angel or Sagittarius reversed is powerless, or about the sovereign reversed, dependent, trying to end the nightmare of the never-ending story, or after death, After sudden events or epiphanies, or constant drama of the Page of Pentacles student, or an opportunity to look at all angles of the synchronicities, options, dreams, and heaven in their eyes. The Empress and the Emperor with the Messenger of Truth in energetic exchange with constant gardener pretending not to know, or keeping it from the star, the dreams, the healing, or Aquarius, and Hermit reverse losing their mind or coming out of the dark to announce, wake up, or call, time out. Grounding and integrating message of love, or bored with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and no offer or no payout to the Queen of Pentacles reversed for a move, travel, or to ascend in a bold move, or the Queen of Pentacles reversed with Cancer in their chart or rising, juggling, performing, perhaps a distraction from all the hard work, Atlas, weight, and world, and the King of Wands reversed at 117, the Magician and the Star, exhausted Aries or King of Wands reversed is free to roam, while the Star does the hard work. The recent past here is the Tower reversed, one reaping rewards of the other losing their temper a lot. In split, divide, lies, or the Page of Wands reversed, so again this King of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, a father and child, and the Knight of Swords or Messenger of Truth rushing in with the truth or telling on them. And this could be the Knight of Swords telling on their sibling, the Page of Wands reversed, or perhaps a younger co-worker. The Knight of Swords, High Priestess, Secret Keeper, or Pisces or Virgo offering love to their synchronicities, their options, perhaps shopping or the one. The injustice of breakup or no affection or no satisfaction in coming together or socializing with the King of Cups. Recovering from exile or the storm, injury or illness, moving to calmer water, or snow is melting at 125, the Magician and the Knight of Wands. And the Queen of Swords reversed, freaking out at the Page of Wands reversed at 126, which is the Magician and the Page of Wands. The foundation is the Eight of Swords upright, hiding in uncomfortable energies while researching every perspective, imprisoned, hostage, or trapped by fool, free to leap with loyal friend, or dreaming of the day that you'll be free. The central energy is the Seven of Swords, passing downloads, with Scorpio reversed and Wounded Warrior Aquarius watching the King of Cups, or unconditionally loving. The challenge being the Six of Pentacles reversed, not sharing, inequity, or Libra reversed, Gemini reversed, or X, with a scam or debt and injustice of the Wounded Warrior or Wounded Warrior with Libra in their chart. Judgment, announcement, wake-up call, or calling the Queen of Pentacles reversed connected to the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which is the sovereign, not sovereign, they're dependent, or the Wounded Warrior Aquarius calling the Queen of Pentacles reversed and asking to pass along to their daughter, and one of them with Libra in their chart. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is letting go to repair, fix, or make amends with the Page of Cups or with a message of love, extended, or Pisces child. Resting on break, 5D connect, or talking about what to do or where to go on vacation. The Eight of Swords, feeling trapped due to energy vampiring and no love at work with Dark Priestess or Wiccan after sudden jealous rage or ongoing drama. Five of Pentacles reversed, recovering in downturn, slow down or twist of fate, with the Ten of Cups end to family, unhappy family, or emotional cycle that's so over, resting on break, meditating, laying something to rest, with the Page of Wands reversed and Knight of Wands upright, with kids, pets, or Leo out of control or weak. Now is the Queen of Pentacles reversed, bored within, unhappy family, or emotionally unfulfilled, grounding and integrating the Page of Pentacles reversed, a need for help, money, or opportunity, or a child with learning disabilities or a negative past, bad memories, or unable to get something off the ground on their own and receiving peace from the Divine Feminine's heart, or from reaping their own rewards. The Page of Pentacles reversed in energetic exchange, or expressing their feelings a lot, with an offer of a big love from the Queen of Pentacles reversed and or the Knight of Pentacles reversed, choosing a new path away from the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords both upright, with work issues and deceit with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and the Knight of Wands always running into the rescue. The Knight of Pentacles reversed with fantasy family, implementing a plan to separate and heal and recover without help of the Ten of Cups reversed, in a losing battle with the Knight of Wands and the Emperor, juggling at present. Unhappy family along with the Knight of Cups upright and the Knight of Wands upright, which can be a romantic tie here. The Knight of Wands rescuing the Knight of Cups, the damsel, sweeping her off her feet, both with family and emotional cycles so over, with the King of Wands reversed resting, while the Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands take care of him, animals and or Leo reversed, or yelling at the kids to be nice to each other. Soon as the Four of Cups upright, the island unto yourself or themselves, the injustice or Libra reversed with loss of money, power, and independence, and standing up alone to fending off others away from their path, or trying to clear the path for their car or vehicle or a move, or Cancer and Libra destined to heal and forgive, detox, and carry on, with the King of Pentacles needing courage to end the pain or betrayal. At 150, the Magician and the Ten of Cups. The King of Pentacles speaking to prisoner, hostage, or to those with anxiety issues, or about his own imprisonment or fears, or auctioning off a girl, a cage, or fence. Twin flames are seeing themselves as the Nine of Pentacles reversed, powerless, dependent, in inequitable relations. That can be also making a big purchase, but doing it as a single person. This also can be your children in your energy. Implementing a plan, moving to peace, away from the Knight of Pentacles reversed, or stubborn bull, or stuck, disabled, or unable to function, withholding, saving, magnetizing, trying to find a way to end the nightmare. Honeymoon, forgiving and learning, and playfulness all come up for the twins, as the Sovereign reverse, which is the dependent, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which can be someone deemed as lazy, not sharing their plans or strategies on how to find, vacate, or end suffering in silence. Around the twins is the Knight of Cups, or how they are seen, in disconnect, so not seeing eye to eye, or at a distance and not seeing face to face, with the Queen of Swords reversed, Gemini reversed, or Virgo reversed, insecure without tools and or manipulative, with constant drama or after sudden event or breakup, knowing and keeping it to themselves when the Page of Swords steps up to take a swing at them, which can be a message or a child. Or the Queen of Swords reversed is not talking to the Page of Swords child, though the Page of Swords is trying to offer love. So this could be a child trying to make up to their mom who's pissed at them. It can be an older sibling as well. The Scorpio reversed and Gemini reversed, or Virgo reversed here. The block is the King of Cups upright and the King of Pentacles with weak Leo or pet, or needs strength and courage to end the pain or betrayal or put them to sleep. New beginnings comes up here, but even more so financial discipline, as the Knight of Swords is cracking the whip with the kids, in disconnect or at a distance, with lover or soulmate, present to flame, romantic tie, and the King of Wands reversed, soulmate, twin, kids. He is pissed or exhausted or sick, and soulmate twins or kids are loving each other, or child has a girl or boyfriend. The Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands upright, needing to be strong, or with a pet or Leo that's weak. Present or gift of the Divine Feminine heart, opening up or coming down or calming down, present to the King of Cups and guarded. Don't even try to mess with them or they'll hurt you. Frog to Prince, come a long way to star, heal, and have dreams come true, and announce it floating on air. Double Aquarius here. Didn't come this far just to hand it over or give it up, or facing their fears here at 206, which is the High Priestess and the Lovers. Keeping to self or pretending not to know, recovering from exile, financial issues or destitution, injuries or illnesses, and awake and working to align to get their ducks in a row. And that was coming up more as the masculine energy here. Impatient fallen an angel, imprisoned, trapped in loss of money, power, or independence, or by dependence, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and Knight of Cups upright, with constant drama, passing downloads, taking a risk, and challenged by debt, inequity, scams, and not sharing, an island to themselves, the King of Cups, a loving man, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, present to flame coming out of the E-Tower, to face the frog, stretching to Prince, atop Mount Everest or green, dreams announced, and staying sane by keeping energy to self at 211, which is the High Priestess and Justice. Loving patients are no longer patient, or losing patience actually. Losing patience or no longer patient. After sudden event or constant drama and reaping rewards of being imprisoned, perhaps in a snowstorm, or taking risks, passing downloads to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, challenged by imbalanced relationship, with the Sovereign reversed or dependent, an island to themselves, the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups both upright, present to the gift of the moment, or flame coming out, made it to the top of Everest with stars, karma, lotus flowering, and floating on air or in thin air, recovering and back to work, the work, risky business, and being present at 2:15, which is the High Priestess and the Devil, or the shadow side of things. Also, the number 1777 came up here. And with thin air, somebody may be, literally climbing to great heights. Or that can be something figurative. All right. So, it was 51st dates. 51st dates. I watched the next night. And here's the third read. And 144 came up on the third as well, going into the fourth, the 144,000. All right. So this third read that you see in front of you now was cut and dealt at 9, right as the 52 turned to the 53, which is the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, and the 52 of the Queen of Swords came up a lot in that last read. So here we have the Hermit, and don't forget the Hermit came up between the Emperor and the Empress. There's a three-way situation, but also the space between the Hermit and the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Right as the 52 switched to the 53, and this was cut and dealt for the 4th to the 5th. At 10:02, instead of indigo, endigo came up. And that could be like indigo, right? The Indy 500, go, go, go. I don't even know when that is. But the capital N is also the Christ energy. So it's that energy of the Indy 500 regarding the Christ or unity consciousness here. But literally Christ. Because for me, C is the Christ consciousness, more unity consciousness, whereas the capital N is more Christ. And of course, DI has to do with division and 2, and then go. I'm just getting go, go, speed racer now. At 10:02, which is the turn for the better of the wheel, and the 2 of the High Priestess. Your secret or your psychic abilities. I've finished clarifying this third read at 10:20. So again, indigo came up at 10:02, and now we have 10:20, which is that same energy of the 2s and the 1 and the 10. The 10 of the Great Wheel and the 20 of Judgment now, with Source behind it. The 2 of the High Priestess with Source, the 0, backing it up. We have the Wheel, Luna, Higher Self, and Indigo that came up in this read. Indigo is like the Magician. And after the read, Guidance and Reason came up, which is the Hierophant and the Emperor. With 3 cups, 2 pentacles, 2 swords. And the Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and Queen of Cups. And after the read, the King of Pentacles also came up. As far as the numbers in the code line, it was all about rebirth and karmic completion. We had 555s and 888s. Okay, so the 555s are all about major change, and 8s are about the twins dancing side by side, balanced between their masculine and feminine and their 3D and 5D self. The 1 of the Magician. We also had 13 of the Death or Transition card, the 35 of the 8 of Wands, 56 of the 2 of Swords, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and 78 of that Dream Family, the last card of the deck, of the traditional deck, which is that 10 of Pentacles. We also have 58 of the 4 of Swords, which is the energetic connection between the masculine and feminine. So regarding rebirth and karmic completion, a lot about Sophia energy again in the Divine Feminine collective. The Divine Feminine, Sophia, expanding and contracting that Phi energy, again east. So before the 4th, the 4 came up a lot here, right? And then we had the NE, the nor'easter. Now the SE, or the south and east, are coming up here with the Phi in the middle. Sophia expanding and contracting east to the nth degree. seeing the key aid to the nth degree in the Ace of Cups, the outpouring of love, the feminine within the masculine, the Seven, the Chariot, and the space between, to clear the Wise One, Queen, and the High C, which just came up as the harmonic convergence, but also it's the high collective consciousness DNA here. The San Francisco also came up here. San Francisco, the Sophia expansion and contraction. And chakra, realize that chakra is a shock and a ray. Chakra. The shock ray. And the energy or ecstasy to the nth degree. The identity element. Seeing the key to seize the day. The outpouring of love, putting distance between the Chariot and the Queen with issues. So we have a lot of stuff, interesting stuff came up here too. I don't usually look up definitions for single letters because there's so many definitions. It takes a long time to do, and sometimes it's really just not worthwhile. But I was guided to look up E, capital E and lowercase e for definitions for information that would come up today for the code line. And also S to a lesser degree, which also besides Sophia for me is sulfur and salt, but also Siemens came up here, which is, when I worked in interventional radiology, Siemens was one of our major companies that made the big equipment in the section. But Siemens was just coming up here around electrical conductance, storativity, the sphere, substitution, the combinator, and the south or season, the soprano, the grade, the small, the sadist, and then the E. So there was energy between the E and the S, and I'll get to that in a minute. The E again was cupping up, so the epsilon and the up. So here the epsilon, whereas before I was bringing up the upsilon with the U, this one's coming up with the E, which used to be the Phoenician letter that looks like a backward E on an angle. Remember what I said, to toggle left and on an angle, like but the angle is facing northwest. So remember, northeast and west came up, and now this E is coming up, which is still toggling left for the divine feminine, but also angled. I want to see where the other one was angled toward. This one's angling up towards the northwest. Just give me 1 second to look up the other one. Yep, the other one was angling up northeast. So now it's northwest. Very interesting. So now it's east and northwest, whereas before it was, southwest. Wait. Before it was northeast and west. And now it's coming up as east and northwest. Very interesting. Okay. So the E of the epsilon of the E versus the U of the upsilon, the E is coming up as the H, and he, right, goes from the Venetian letter, which meant H or he, that backwards E with a little tail on the bottom, the Egyptian hieroglyph, and also is the hieroglyph of a person standing there with their arms up and their feet facing in one direction, like the profile. The fifth letter, but also the 6th, 9th, 7th, 8th, 10th, and 24th letter, the E. And I can go on about that because there's so many alphabets there are different letters of. But I wanted to bring up specifically that in the lowercase e, as opposed to the uppercase e, there was a definition of the identity element, which in parentheses was lowercase a, and then the E, like the ash symbol, but separated with a zero, a smaller zero between them, and then equaling the E0A equals A. So it's like the ash symbol divided both ways and then merging into the A. The identity element was very significant here. And the AE of the ash, as well as the lowercase I, and all of these are definitions for the lowercase e. The ash, the lowercase I, which for me is the chakra system, as well as the FI of the expansion and contraction, and not enough memory. All of these very significant. And yes. So and ES and HE were coming up here too. Estonia, and then the he is coming up again. And then hiccups also coming up. So the hiccups, the snag, the hitch, the catch, the kink, the problem, the SOB, the oh man. To let the air out without ray or without ra or ray. All right. So to let the air out of the balloon, so to speak, without the ra, R-A, or ray, R-A-Y, to the nth degree, to see exist F, parroting the elitist's death or dark night, end and transformation, with love of the divine feminine within the divine masculine, with space between, using the fig, Adam and Eve in the fig, or space from the snag, the hiccup, problem, or catch, SOB, which can be shortness of breath as well, giving you space between. The expansion and contraction between the S magnet and the E electric, south and east, substitution and E grade, failure, a unit distance of sphere to sphere as energy it takes down here. Okay, so I'm going to read that again. So it's the energy of the magnetized conductor and expectant anticipation. Expansion and contraction between the S of Sophia, the magnet energy, and the E electric energy, south and east. Substitution and an E grade, or a failure, right? An E in school is a failure. The unit distance of sphere to sphere as opposed to the energy it takes down here. So here the S and the E were coming up both as feminine, but the S as the magnet etheric feminine and the E as the electric 3D or a human feminine. Okay, the magnetic conductor and the expectant anticipation. The space between, using the fig, or the space from the snag, the hiccup, the problem, the catch, the SOB, which again can be a son of a bitch, but it also can be shortness of breath. Okay. So again, it's showing you the flip, not between the masculine and feminine, but the feminine to the feminine, and the masculine to the masculine. They flip, right? We always say as above, so below, but there's a flip. They keep showing me that same flip. So as in the triangle, that we see the God is the Godhead, and then the two below, we see that down here is the mother and father to the child, but up and above us is then the child to the parent, right? The child is the one that's above. So I'm getting that same reflection energy here with the feminine and masculine, and that came up earlier in the other read too, about that the masculine energy, this, the acceleration and the deceleration is flipped in the etheric realms as opposed to here, whereas the masculine is the sun, the acceleration energy down here, and the feminine is the brake, just to make it a safe place. It's the opposite in the etheric realms, where the feminine is the expansive energy and the masculine is the control. It was very interesting how this has been coming up here. So the magnetic expansion and contraction, the electric to the nth degree, see the key to seize the love or see existing situation, the tail, the wish, the electric to the nth degree, with self-love, spiritual love, and new love, and the outpouring of love, as the 7, and this was interesting too. In the code line, I literally had the word 7, O, and then sage, S-A-G-E. And so that's literally, if you write it, is the 7, the 0, and the sage. And sage for me, the lowercase e in this definition came out also as the lowercase I. So sage would be the same as Saji, which I always tell you is referencing God. And that was one of the symbols I put up on one of my icons one day, was with the horse was the SAG, because C in the G is the Sophia Christ, the Sophia and Christ God. And then the lowercase I is the chakra system that we connect to God from. So Sagi's coming up as that, right? The human connection to God. And then there was a relationship between the ash. So instead of putting the lowercase I was putting the ash of the AE, which if you write the ash, it's literally the infinity with open ends, like a ribbon and a bow tie. So you can draw that yourself to understand what I'm saying. So the ash, which is the lowercase a and e written together, they smush together, with room to grow. The infinity, the bow, and the Adam and Eve of the A and E, which is also arts and entertainment, and the Sag. The space between Adam and Eve, the expansion and contraction, the AC/DC, the egg and sperm, and heaven and earth were all coming up here. The E, again, the lower E of the identity element, the A0E, the E0A equals, they all equal A. And that is the identity element. And the lowercase e equals identity element, but it also equals the lowercase I. It equals the ash, the AE. It equals the phi, the FI. It equals the ET, which is the and, the space between. And it equals the EI, which is the egg. And there's a little gnat who hangs out with me sometimes here. He's here to visit. We have the 7 of the heavens and the 0 of the source energy backing it up. The sage of the Sagi, the Sag ashes, Adam and Eve. Right? We are the physical embodiment of source. The magnetic expanding and contracting, and the electric to the nth degree. Seeing the key to seize the love, or see existing situation, be present. The tale, the story, the wish. The electric, that's the electric human to the nth degree, with self-love, spiritual love, new love, an outpouring of love. The gnat just landed on my page. The 7, SEVEN. O, sage, SAGE. We just talked about S's and E's in this read. There's 1 S and 2 E's in 7, but there's only 1 S and 1 E in sage. The space between heaven and earth, between universe and Gaia, the high Christ consciousness DNA, and the human using the chakra system to connect the shock ray system to connect to unity consciousness. The 7 has 1 S and 2 E's. The chariot with VN, vehicle ID number, the identity element. See the creation of Christ. 7 would also be written as S lowercase I, V lowercase I, N, because lowercase e equals lowercase I in the definition. So not only do we have 7, but we have S and N with IVI in between, which for me is the symbol of co-creation. That capital E, or E, actually lowercase e, equals I, or the chakra system, or the shock ray system, the co-creation between the south and north, the chariot, the vehicle of up and down. The sage, on the other hand, has 1 S and 1 E. It is the Sag, or Sagi, to see Christ to Sophia God through the chakra system. 7 is the vehicle, the chariot. Sage is the wise one who clears the path, so that they can be picked up. And that can be literally being picked up in a car, or so that your energy frequency can be picked up. Sage is the wise one who clears the path so that they can be picked up. So the SIVIN equals the SEVEN. So again, Eve within the SN, the Sophia and the Christ. Eve equals co-creation, south to north. And SN is also social security number, your identifier element. She is the Holy Grail within the sun, SUN. She is that you, the Holy Grail within the sun, SUN. S coming up as sulfur, and N coming up as nitrogen now, and U is uranium-92. The sage, can you say energy? Space or oxygen between heaven and earth is the ether here, as the northeast and southeast are coming up again with sulfuric ether being flammable or explosive. It's used as an anesthetic. Ether ether is also the quintessence, the fifth element, above the terrestrial sphere. Again, the S for sphere, and sulfuric, sulfur and sphere, and Sophia and sage and seven. You notice all the S's here. All have to do with that divine feminine energy. The ethers are non-oxidizable at the oxygen, but sulfides can be easily oxidized to sulfoxides. So here oxygen and sulfur were coming up in reference to ether and sulfide. So adding the sulfurs, it's like oxygen is the alkaline and sulfur is the acidic. Ether is the alkaline and sulfide is the acidic, right? Because it's adding sulfur. So the O, or oxygen, is the 8th number element, and S, or sulfur, is the 16th, the explosive, the tower, right? Oxygen's the dance of the 8, sulfur is the 16 of the explosion. Oxygen has all right, so we have oxygen is 2 oxygens, gas from electrolysis. So if you try to take oxygen out of water, H2O, separating the hydrogen and the oxygen, you have to use DC, or direct current, as opposed to alternating currents, because alternating currents trigger or cause friction. Oxygen explosive 2 to 1 when you use AC, when you're separating oxygen out. So oxygen, even though we were just saying it's the more alkaline of the two, right, whereas sulfur is the more explosive compared to oxygen, because oxygen is more stable on its own, here, even with oxygen, you have to use direct current to separate hydrogen and oxygen. Again, it can be because of the hydrogen. But with the AC, the oxygen becomes more explosive because it's, that air energy of, even though it's stable on its own, if there's a fire, the oxygen will cause the fire to expand. It's that same kind of energy. It becomes very explosive when something's triggered at 2 to 1. So nitrogen is number 7, and also you can think of dry ice when you're thinking of nitrogen. And by the way, the weight is 28.014, which is the twins and the angels. So I love that for nitrogen. And the air equals about 4 nitrogen to 1 oxygen, right? So it needs a lot more nitrogen than oxygen. But we only need the oxygen from the air. So the nitrogen is held by a triple bond, whereas the oxygen has a double bond. The molecules with 2 atoms, each with those elements. And ether connects to 2 alkyl or 2 aryl groups. So again, it's kind of referencing the different connections we can make, whether it's alkaline or acidic, or it doesn't have to be one extreme or the other. It can be something in between. The C of the carbon comes up too as the number 6, because the carbon is the line that's drawn between the oxygen and the sulfur and the elements, or whatever it is. And ether and sulfur, or the E, or AE, because ether is really spelled AETHER, right? And sulfur equals Easter, or Esther, because you're adding the S. So ether plus S equals Easter, or Esther. Sulfur makes ether flammable. Sulfur expands and contracts with ether to the nth degree. To see the key, the KEA of New Zealand, whites not dream to seize or imagine. So the Didimosa Biena Geminata came up here. And this is like rock snot. It's freshwater growth in cold with low nutrients in the water. It's native to the northern hemisphere, but now it was coming up as an article invasive to New Zealand. So New Zealand was coming up here, referencing that. So the algae and the seaweed that grows, which can be very diverse from like a one-cell thing to kelp, in fresh water, it's considered of little worth as it's defined, but also the salary, the reward, the wage, the pay. And then algae and ether were blending together because they both have the ash, the algae, A-L-G-A-E, and to A-E-T-H-E-R, algae ether. Also, sage ether was coming up as the saggy ether, algae ether. The rock snot from livescience.com, aquatic algae has infested the rivers of New Zealand with gray floating growth, also new in New England, showing up in 10 states over the past 10 years, a threat to the insects which then the fish live on. So it's a threat to the insect and fish population. Up to 7 inches thick in New Zealand now, and it is considered criminal to spread it anywhere when you're fishing. So back to the 7, the 0, and the saggy, and the sag ash. The nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, algae. Nitrogen number 7 and also nitrogen oxygen is air. The sulfur algae and the A capital L ash, right? So it's getting the algae as the LG is large, That can be the brand LG as well. That may be coming up. But a large ash is coming up as nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, algae. It's a large ash. 70, the 70, and the sage, the saggy, the god. 70, that's funny too, because in the Journey of Love deck, the last page is 70, which is considered heaven. The 2 of Pentacles, the saga, the dance of the ash, the phoenix rising to tango, and the Congo, and that just came up between Estonia and Congo, their agreement. Dust in the wind, rock snot, which is that algae. Ether coming up as stable alkaline, sulfide coming up, and this is not scientific, these are just the downloads I'm getting. Ether is coming up as stable alkaline, and sulfide coming up as reactive and acidic. So ether is the oxygen, sulfide is the sulfur, and then the carbon is the glue or the goo between them. The calm of the DC and the trigger of the AC, which aggravates, all right? So they wanted me to summarize there for you the point of all of the scientific stuff bringing up here. The elitist in New Zealand was an article came up on 1/26/2017. Breaking, global elitists leaving America for New Zealand. And this was literally coming from YouTube from Paul Bagley, a pastor, was doing a YouTube in 2017, and he was interviewing Lynn Heaths, Leahz, that was his guest. And she literally said, the elitists fleeing to New Zealand due to Trump being in office. That was at the beginning of his term. So the elitists or the 1%ers moving to New Zealand, and now we have a problem in New Zealand with the algae. And then from nzherald.co.nz, New Zealand, 12/15/20, crime disturbing hit and run, mom of 2 in ICU as police hunt the car, 131/21, and offensive elitist edifice, 5-year Waiheke Marina fight ramps up. So there's a planned marina that they're fighting over how it's, going to be used. And that was 1/12/21. And marina was significant here because marina is, of course, MAR is the sea. And the marina in Estonia also came up as the port next to that salon I brought up in my message the other day. White came up in these messages as White Island volcano, where 6 were retrieved. So an old article came up around that, perhaps an eruption. And the ski team and the Olympics in an article here. The white and straight and the elitist from stuff.co.nz on 8/23/13. The Audi Quattro Winter Games, the 10-day festival of ski and snowboard competition. And get the name of the author of this article was by Rachel which has Ra or Ray in it, and then the AE of the ash, and then oaks, which the oak tree's been coming up a lot in things that I've heard lately, and then here we have the ash again. Her name is Rachel Oaks-Ash at 1140. And she was talking about competitors Sean White and Torah Bright. All right, so here we have the Torah, White and Bright, and Sean competitors here. Reeling, and also an article about the gay issues, like the elitist Olympics of the Winter Olympics being accused of, being separatists, basically. But they were just assuring everybody, oh yeah, we have plenty of gay skiers now. I think this was an issue with Russia in the Olympics. So, and I was getting a connection there for sure, and that may be the sexual trafficking connection with Russia and gay issues. So both of those are coming up around Estonia as well, and now coming up in New Zealand. So snotty whites, white rock snot, algae and ether coming together looks like all gather. Ether and sulfur, alkaline and acidic or explosive, equals the middle point, which is Esther, rising, ascension. Algae and ether, ebony and ivory, live together in perfect harmony side by side, which was a download coming up with algae and ether. And biofuel, so I'm not sure I don't know much about that, but ether and algae were coming up with link.springer.com, an abstract around medium ring ethers, specifically by marine genus Laurencia. So here's St. Lawrence. Laurencin, first medium ring ether from Laurencia, was reported by Erie, 1965. These medium oxycycles typically pass one or more halogen groups adjacent to an ethereal O atom, oxygen atom, and an anine or bromoalene side chain. The main challenge is the medium ring construction. Reports success, total synthesis of 7 to 9 membered Lawrence oxycycles reported so far. So you can go to that if you'd like. That's from link.springer.com abstract. Medium ring ethers, specifically by marine genus Laurencia. Okay, so St. Lawrence was coming up and definitely relating to this article, so it must be important regarding ether and algae. So those of you out there who are scientific like this, please comment below if you have anything to add, please. And this was an article from March 1st, 06. So AE, not only is it ash and arts and entertainment, but it's also asymmetric epoxidation. Any reaction that converts a compound, especially alkene, into an epoxide. Epoxide is cyclic ethers with 3-membered ring. Any simpler compound in wheel as ether link has been made across a larger ring. Anyway, the epoxides are used to make plastics, but it's talking about the 3-membered ring and the ether link being made across a larger ring. So yeah, this can have lots of different meanings to it. So whatever comes up for you is meant for you, and please add it to the comments if you have something very interesting to say. So again, the A and E, Adam and Eve, the ash, the adverse events, asymmetric epoxidation, any reaction or trigger, right, irritant that converts a compound. And in this case, the alkene into an epoxide used to make plastics. So we start this third read. Oh, before I start this third read, I have more to tell you here. All right, so we come back to the code line here. So phi, so remember, so phi is expansion and contraction, but it's also Sophie. So phi to the ether nth degree. All right, so when I write nth degree, it's capital 2N TH and then the degree. Capital N for me is Christ, but also it's bringing up the nitrogen and the oxygen. Ether to the nth degree, bringing it up very high into the ethers. Bringing the oxygen, the nitrogen and oxygen up to the nth degree is ether. Ether to the nth degree. So the symbol of that was really cool. Oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen, and air and carbon, ether on ice or nitrogen, to see the key to get and take away the growth of love, acing emotions, sedation or ether on dry ice, retards the aging process, slow motion yet sped up at the same time, the seven of the chariot, the Eve within the masculine, the divine feminine within the masculine, and the space to clear high, I wrote high seers. I meant to write space to clear high seas, but it wrote high seers, like the department store Sears, but it also says Sears. It also looks like gears, high gears. The chariots of fire on ice. When you lose control of your car, you test the waters and let go and allow, let it flow. You pump it, going the distance, allowing the universe to lead. When you need to brake, get off the road, pull over. The river iced still flows, it glides, ski, sled, natural speed, and highs. All right, so here we're talking about, they want you to see the flow, not only the river, but when you're in your car trying to brake on snow or ice, right? You don't force the brake, because then you're just going to go out of control. You allow it to guide you until it naturally slows down. You know, you pump the brakes gently and just test the waters. The chariots of fire on ice. When you lose control of your car, you test the waters and then let go, allow, let it flow. Pump it, go in the distance, allowing the universe to lead. When you need a break, get off the road and pull over. The river ice still flows. It glides, ski, sled, natural speed, and highs. Sulfur, expanding and contracting with ether. The egg gone bad. And not here yet, to the nth degree. Again, to the nth degree, nitrogen and oxygen, going up to the ethers. Oxygen and nitrogen equals air. See the key after death expectations of oxygen to the nth degree, but not to breathe the air, but the love of the seven sisters, high on the unity chain. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Sulfur expanding and contracting with ether. The egg gone bad, and yet not here yet, right? So the egg is a human thing, right? So the soul isn't here yet. So the egg gone bad, right? It's overdone, and yet underdone at the same time, not here yet, to the nth degree. The oxygen into the ethers. The oxygen and nitrogen equals the air. To see the key after death, going up to the ethers, the expectations of oxygen when we leave this place to the nth degree. But we don't have oxygen when we leave this place. But not to breathe the air, we then breathe the love of the seven sisters, high on the unity chain. So we start this third read with the Five of Cups, and also crystals coming up here, Christ-like. The Six of Pentacles is reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, Five of Pentacles upright, the Eight of Wands reversed, and the Three of Pentacles upright. Grief, and then I was getting Charlie Brown, grief. After not sharing, the inequity post-war out in the cold, left behind. In heated exchange, arguing, delays, not telling true feelings at the workplace. Choosing a new path, dumping a load, a burden, responsibilities, confessing, causing delays, or negative feelings, and suddenly explosive, erupting, epiphany of a hostage, prisoner, anxiety and fears, the trap of injustice. And we have Scorpio upright and Libra reversed here. The victim is the space between explosive and injustice, the zeroing out factor. Feeling trapped by freeing self, injustice, or holding back true desires, realizing what should have been. So remember, I always say that with the victim mentality, the victim is actually the middle. The victim is the one who can change the fate of all, because the perpetrator and the savior are the polarities. The victim is the one in the middle. So if the victim shifts their energy into non-victim, remember the eighth turn, not the quarter turn, which just lands the square on another side. If we go the eighth turn, the dance, the infinity and beyond, We literally pull the two polarities in, so we don't have the savior and we don't have the perpetrator. But you have to lose both ends to come closer to the middle. So we have to lose the Jesus Christ as the savior and then lose the elitists at the same time. Then you become the center, the victim becomes their own savior and pulls in the polarities as to have heaven on earth. So we have the royal flush coming up here with 247. 2 is the high priestess, 47 is the seven of cups. The royal flush of the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands in a split, divide, or lie, needing clarity with grieving, healing, withholding, or tempting with money, or was a waste of time, money, and effort. No growth in a desolate area, the wrong side of the river, trying to forgive, or getting past all the money going towards hospital bills or others' needs. At 255, the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords, the Truth, Excalibur, and the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, perhaps they're hanging back while the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands go in for the kill, kicking him when he's already down. Or the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and Queen of Cups send word via the King of Wands to check in on them to see what's gone wrong. Looking back at stubbornness, block, inability to function, and withholding, destined. The key supplied, but they're not seeing it. Destined to be schooled by Akashic records. No balls, afraid, had to hit the bottom. And the King of Cups, or not the King of Cups, no balls, afraid, had to hit bottom and keep the golden goose quiet. All these people lying to you the whole time. Libra upright in an 8th turn, not a quarter turn. Romantic feelings comes up here, and beneath that, attraction. And here with the 8th turn versus the quarter turn, they were showing it to me as the 88 or the 44, and the 8th turn being the 12.5 versus the 25 of a quarter turn, right? Because 25 is a quarter. 12.5 and 25 is the difference, but the 12.5 being the 88 and the 25 being the 44. Romantic feelings, and then beneath that, attraction, depression, arrogance, and the hermit missing their flame, pushing sleeping dogs lie out of bed, obsessing over lack of romance. No more Barbie in the basket with Mary Jane's all perfect, out cold on the floor with a heart in her hand, Quasimodo cutting cards, half man, half beast. Quasimodo cutting cords, half man, half beast, obsessing over lost loves or suicides he's known, refusing to wake up to missing flame, always yet never present. And we have Virgo upright, Aquarius reversed here. Or family females are all depressed and men are expected to sacrifice for them, be their savior, the good son, the one who sacrifices for everyone. Compassion comes up here, number 99. And then beneath that, happy ending, the 93, which is the reflection of the 39, the Knight of Cups, being love. Cards held close to chest, in need of help, opportunity, money, or a child who does. In a breakup, lack of affection, the world upside down, defenseless to energies, without an excuse, or no longer cares. Sagittarius, King of Wands reversed, or Patience and the King of Wands reversed is not. Or Sagi's supposed to be lucky. So where's my luck, says the King of Wands reversed, as slings and arrows are being thrown and legs and lobster claws clamped shut at 3:15, the Empress and the Devil. So where's his Olympic-sized torch? Gemini reversed, Pisces reversed here, and the King of Wands reversed, grieving loss and regret, guilt and shame in the past, withholding destined, looking back, or in the past, for compassion. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and all the writings there too. Chariots of fire lead the way, free to leap to an equitable relationship or walk right into a scam. After the read is the Patient, Angel, or Sagittarius upright, and the High Priestess secret or psychic abilities, or a religious woman or Pisces, and a Virgo, perhaps side by side. One with wings, but one without, implementing a plan with Empress reversed or Taurus reversed, broken or without car, or on the war path, or with a Cancer reversed, or maybe they have cancer. The Page of Wands reversed, frustrated, with Hermit or Virgo shedding light down there, while the King of Swords reversed is no longer at war with the Queen of Swords upright, or no longer her bodyguard, and defenseless to attacks and energies and being ganged up on, being present in the moment and no longer caring at 326, the Empress and the Page of Wands. At night, or Cancer upright, with the Ten of Pentacles upright, family, business, or community, and with new information of the Emperor reversed, seeing synchronicities and taking a gamble. And right at 326, the whole side of my face and right head started tingling and going numb, like someone was in an accident or hit their head. Or maybe somebody got really pissed, and that's the mask. It's the feminine side of the brain, though. It was more the head, not the brain, though. So yeah, that would still be the masculine. So I was getting this intense, so I hope my twin's okay. But I was definitely getting some crazy energy at 326 on the right side of my head. So new information of the Emperor reversed, right? That's someone out of control, whether it's an ego death or abusing their power. Seeing synchronicities or taking a gamble, or overspending or gambling again at 329, the Empress and the Three of Wands being present. Depressed or arrogant, the Ten of Cups, with the Hierophant or Taurus reversed. Divorcing suddenly, or suddenly falling, or tainted leader, or a break from a religion or establishment, tradition, or norms. Or Aquarius reversed and Taurus reversed, suddenly starting over, with the Ten of Cups reversed between happy ending or illusion of a happy family or emotional fulfillment. Not telling someone about the scam, the loss, the not sharing, the inequity of the devil, temptation, and the magician with the cards on the table, working their magic, and now back to work. Or depressed, not telling how they really feel, or just lots of arguing back and forth about addictions, codependencies, imbalances, and or money that's been pissed away, and how the magician can just make more. Okay? And this could be the magician or the other person, actually, who maybe someone has a shopping or gambling problem and not telling someone, just assuming the other person can make more because maybe they're the money maker for the relationship. So Aquarius reversed, Taurus reversed, Scorpio upright, Capricorn upright, Gemini or Virgo upright are all here at the end. The recent past is Luna, the moon, Cancer energy. The King of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community, frustrated. Or the Page of Wands reversed, hanging out unhappily with them. The kid hanging out with the adults in the family, not really wanting to do that. At the workplace, breakup or no affection, and the Page of Cups offering a loving message in the 5D during meditation or while on break. Time out, perhaps on 2 timelines, to offer love to the Two of Cups connection, strong or Leo or ego, but not working, stuck or stubborn bull, unable to function or not offering help, or Leo and the Knight of Pentacles reversed without a job, or the King of Wands sees them as lazy perhaps. Cancer upright, Capricorn upright, Gemini reversed, and Leo upright here. From 5D connection of meditative state, offering love to the workplace without return of affection at 347, the Empress and the Seven of Cups. And offering big love to the Two of Cup partners, Leo and Knight of Pentacles reversed. The foundation being the Page of Pentacles upright, an opportunity or good student, curious about their abilities, seeing synchronicities of the Six of Cups, twins, of having walked away and left them there grieving. The central energy here is the Great Wheel destined. The King of Pentacles, patient angel, or with patience or Sagittarius, in a split or lie and no peace, while Leo kids or pet, with now the worst being over, in bliss on vacation or in the sun all exposed, happy and energized. He walking away and within. The challenge being the Six of Wands reversed, the failure or under radar, moving, visiting, or party is just over. The Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, high priestess, rushing in with the truth to the King of Cups with social distancing, bad influences around him, or third party, or message to self. Dissatisfied, alone, unhappy, arrogant, or on a quest for new love, moving, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Sun on vacation with the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Page of Cups upright or fully exposed. or the Queen of Pentacles reversed, unstable, exposing the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups upright, and the Divine Feminine and or World in the end of the cycle, and the Page of Pentacles announcing or serenading the Knight of Wands, or that Page of Pentacles and Knight of Wands are in love, or twins, or kids having a neighborhood party or celebration of completion at 401, which is the Emperor and the Magician. Now is the higher self, Pisces or Virgo, or secret rejected, moody or insincere Knight of Cups reversed, Magician manifesting, and the King of Swords is upright with the Queen of Cups upright, with a negative past or difficult kids, with the King of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Swords reversed, taking forever to end. The Capricorn upright hanging out, walking away in the avoid dance and split, not getting their wish, with Dream Girl or Fantasy World. The Two of Cups connection, or Queen of Swords speaking about falling in nightmare or allowing the fall to end the nightmare post-war, dealing with PTSD, and wake-up call to those sleeping to get off the fence for their happy ending. They must leave. Under the radar, offer of love from the Empress reversed, or Mother's guilt. Soon is the Seven of Swords reversed, no downloads past, needing to heal, needing to dream, or Aquarius reversed, and Emperor reversed, or Aries reversed, bummed, nothing new to watch. High Priestess surrendering to temptation of Capricorn at work aligning, and the Empress reversed dropping the ball, the facade, the pattern to start over in love. Ending the nightmare, coming clean about guilt and shame. Capricorn upright, Aquarius upright, Aquarius reversed and Aries reversed here. My brother's coming in, I think, and he doesn't know I'm still recording, so just want to make you aware of that. I might have to go. Twin flames are the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stuck without work or unable to function, the World complete, or Divine Feminine or Pisces, Queen of Cups upright with Hermit shedding light for her. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, letting go to fix or repair house for more cleaning up and or coming clean, getting clean, not amused by the Knight of Wands upright escaping the onslaught of energies or attacks while Sovereign is untouched. Or the Knight of Wands is running errands or activities between the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Sovereign upright. One independent, but other still needs help. Calling in soulmate, past life relationship, reconciliation, separation. This could be the one and you deserve love. Or twins are on break while everyone else must take charge and take care of things themselves. Around the twins are how they're seen as the Knight of Swords upright, sending 5D messages of happy ending, with the Page of Pentacles studying their angles, opportunities, and how to expand their coin. With divorce and new information, clarity or spiritual community with a lot of information which can throw one off balance. The block here is the Queen of Cups healing or in state of emergency, move or travel, canceled or broken, down, up, or through, and not ascending with Queen of Cups with Cancer in chart, starting over in love. Rebirth, karmic completion, the Queen of Cups upright without affection or lover, caring for child while man with 2 women or kids is done with 1. Indigo proposing to higher self, but negative self-talk, happy ending and announcement of the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, 6 of Cups, inner or outer kids or soulmates loving each other. No guidance or divorce with Empress reversed, or break in religion, establishment, contract, etc., walking away, the Emperor reversed and the King of Pentacles upright with bad news or unhappy child at 427. I have to stop for a second.